Hi, this is the Bratz Boyz Club, and I'm Jesse, and today I'm going to introduce you to another one of my Bratz Boys. This Bratz Boy is a very exciting Bratz Boy because, actually, for many reasons. I have been wanting to collect this series and or collection for some time, but I really haven't had like much funds. And I'm pretty sure like you've already heard that many times because I've said that through like all my videos because I have like no money left. Especially I had some before, but not anymore. But anyway, so I am so totally excited about this collection in our series, not just because it's very unique and special, but I just really don't know how many there are in this collection or series in particular because even though I'm using my little fan page here for the Bratz Boys, I don't know how many decades it covers, to be honest. I'm going to have to research that a little bit more, but I don't have an idea. Um, if we're talking about here like 3 or 4 decades, and then how many Bratz Boys per decade. Maybe I'm going to look into it a little further and have like more details later. Right now, I don't really think I've got that much time, especially for just one video. But what I do know is there is a collection in our series, particularly about decades, and it's called the Flashback Fever. And I'm looking at it right here on my screen. I'm going to move this over to one side for now. But yes, so this collection is a 2004 collection in her series for the Bratz Boys and the Bratz girls, whatever, but I don't care about them. So for 2004, it's the Flashback Fever collection in her series of 2004. So far, I think for the boys, according to the fan page here, we're looking at Cameron, Dylan, Eitan, Kobe, and Kate. So it looks like we have the 5 guys. Um, I'm going to see. I'm going to try to figure out, like I said before, like which decades it covers. I think I saw 70s, 80s, and 60s, and I think that's it. But I don't know if we're talking about like all the 5 boys, the 5 Bratz Boys per decade. So far, I've only been lucky enough to see a few. But without further ado, I'm going to present and introduce my Bratz Boy of today. And my Bratz Boy for today is the 1970s Flashback Fever. What is the other little name they give him? The Disco Dynamite 70s Dylan. And it's like the cutest story how I was able to obtain him because he is a collector's item. He was sorry, let me correct that. He was a collector's item of this awesome, totally incredible, totally amazing, oh my god, infinitely, epically, uh, I don't know, most incredible person I've ever met. Um, this person is a collector, and I deal with this person actually now on a every once in a while basis as opposed to everybody else that I purchased these guys from. Um, and this person belongs to the original seller's website that I was frequenting at the beginning of this year. Um, I met this person through this seller's website, and I met a few other people, a few other collectors, sorry, collectors, I'm going to refer to them as collectors. Um, and this person, they have just a way of having these guys so perfect. I mean, they're not completely perfect, so I'm not going to go out and I'll say that. But they are overall the most amazingly kept, the most amazingly protected when they're delivered. They are just epic. They're in epic shape for the year of retail, and this collector treats them so amazingly. It's so kindly. They're just to die for. I'm just like so totally crazy about these guys from this collector in particular because this collector is just she. I'm not gonna say she. It could be a she, it could be a he. I don't know. I can't really be certain. I don't know who this person is. I've never met them in person. I've never seen a photo. I've never seen a video. I've got no clue. But this collector is amazing. um, they, I'm going to refer them as they contact me, and I think I've sort of like already said this many times over on some of my other videos. They contact me through email, and they show me photos of their um, collection of Bratz Boyz when they find one or two or three here and there, and then they ask me if I'm interested and if I have that one or this one or whichever, and I either say yes or no, and I either say how much is it, and then they tell me how much it will be, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm interested. Let's put this for next month. Right now I'm doing the month-to-month thing because I can't really afford it because I don't have any more money except before, but I am doing it. So they emailed me the photo of this sexy, stubbly, oh my god, super gorgeous, 1970s Disco Dynamite Dylan, and I just could not pass this up. Plus, the prize that was given for his purchase as a collector's Bratz Boy item was incredible. Not to mention that I haven't been able to find another one like this one anywhere else. Even in the auctions website I'm frequenting right now, I've never been able to get something this reasonably priced for what it really is. It wasn't that much expensive. It is much more expensive than it would have been if I would have purchased at retail years ago, back in 2004, as opposed to what is now, as a collectible. But I have to admit, it really wasn't that expensive compared to what it's being charged for online as a collectible from auction websites and our other sellers' websites. So I'm really excited about this purchase, and I was really excited about him as well because as you can see, he is stunning. He's gorgeous, and he comes with everything that I always dreamed of. Like I said, I am a really huge fan of the early years of the Bratz Boyz, because just as the Bratz girls, the line was barely new. It was like a baby to MGA, and it was like their moneymaker. So that means that these guys had everything. They would come with like the best accessories. As you can see, they've got everything in there. These guys actually have a CD that has actual music on it. It has songs of the era of like the decade that this is the theme is from. So these had everything. They had accessories all over. They had a second pair of clothing, and it might be a second pair of footwear. They had a little trade card that's really cute. Let me get that closer to the camera. Pretty super awesome. I love it. Not to mention that they also had the most coolest boxes, and they were so durable. There's nothing that I do not like from the early 2000s of the Bratz Boyz. The boxes are incredible, yes. It's been a few years, so some of them will have some damages, and I will show you one of those damages a little further into the video. But they have everything. Not to mention the design of the box. This one looks like a really weird, shapely diamond. It's still like in a triangular, squarish kind of shape, but it looks very nice from the edges. However, one of the trends I've been seeing with the Bratz Boyz that this collector sells me is that they seem to be having a little bit of an issue with being able to keep the boxes closed. And that's pretty much in general. That really happens across the board sometimes because the little dots tend to get wasted really quickly. And when that happens, they become loose. And this actually has happened to me already with my first. And I'll always call them the first 5 because those were the first 5 Bratz Boyz I purchased at retail price back in the day in 2005 from our local Toys R Us store. But the same thing happened to me with those. The boxes, the little dots, tape dots, were losing the adhesive, sticky thing to themselves, and I had to retape. Of course, I did some little messed up job of it with one of the boxes, and it looks horrendous. However, this collector seems to have the same problem, except it happens kind of like on almost all of the dots. So this one was not the exception. So what that means is I had to retape, and sometimes even remove the little dots because it looked hideous. Meaning the tape I would add would look a little bit more plausible, if that kind of surmises it. So that's pretty much all I needed to do. And I kind of told them since the beginning I really don't care if I have to do that, because I was told by this collector, well, you know, I'm going to be selling these, but they're going to be opened from the sides because the dots are losing their stickiness to them. Like, yeah, I don't care. I've got tape. And as long as everything is in the box, I don't really mind. I just really want these guys. And I was really dying to get my hands on the 1970s Disco Dynamite Dylan, because he just looks spectacular and super gorgeous, and I can't really find one anywhere, especially for the astonishing collector's price that this collector was able to offer me. By the way, I was able to rate this collector today in the seller's website and to thank them for how great they are, and how amazing for selling me this baby, and so sexy and gorgeous. But either way, so I love the box. It's incredible. It's durable. It's amazing. It's shaped in a way that I'm like crazy about it. The artwork is another thing that I'm crazy about. It's very 70s with the color combinations and the designs and the it's got a picture of the Bratz boy, and of course the Bratz girl that I don't care about. And then it's got it's got the music disc CD. It's got the Bratz boy looks really 1970s stylish, like trendy. He looks sexy and super gorgeous. I totally love him. And you got the art in the back as well. So let me get a little bit closer. And you got like pretty much everything in there. I just love the way they have the Flashback Fever name at the top. And then they've got the Disco Dynamite 70s over above that. And then they've got the Bratz Boyz logo with the little stars. And then they've got a little intro. It's a blast from the past kind of title in there. Let me get that closer so you can actually take a look at it. And then it looks like they give you the photo of the Bratz boy and of course the Bratz girl, which I don't care about. And they give you a little bit of a tiny intro to the story behind this, I think, or whatever. Let me take a look at this. Get ready for okay, yeah. Intro. And then it gives you like a little bit of and then it gives you the I come with kind of description over here at the bottom. And what that is, it just tells you what he comes with. And then it also gives you at the very bottom of the box a photo with all of them in their 70s like little party or partay, and with all the Bratz girls and the Bratz boys all together from the 70s. Oh my god, it looks so cool. So here they are. So I just love the artwork. I love the artwork, the design, I love the colors, I love everything. And I just love how they incorporated this these star little designs on this Bratz Boyz logo in this series and or collection. So another thing that I think I mentioned earlier that I'm really in love with this collection or series in particular is the disc. The discs seem to have the music from the decade from the theme of the box, and I am just dying to find out what that music is. I'm hoping to actually find online information about them, like something letting me know what kind of music is there, so I can just, listen to it over here online or whatever without having to ever open the box to do anything dumb like trying to take it out, because I would never do that because these are collector's items. But yes, so I love the box. I love the music CD. I love the accessories. I love his style and trend from the 70s. I am crazy about him. And so this is all incredible. Let me show you the sides so you can take a look at the sides. There you go. And that's a side. And then, like I promised, I was going to show you the defect of the box because the box is actually slightly damaged. And there is a little pinch here that damaged the side of the box and it makes it look really horrible now. So this is like standing up and that's damaged here is a little bit opened. And you can tell the difference right here. Let me turn this on. And you can tell right here the difference. It's opened and it's like edged up and it looks horrible. But that's like the most damage that this box suffered. On the other side, he is perfectly fine. And of course, there are some things loose in the box, which you can never escape because almost everything gets lost in the box, which is fine. You know, it's totally fine. It happens. This side, however, seems to look fine or okay. It's not perfect, but it's fine. And so here's one side of it. And of course I showed you the back. Here we go. I'm going to get that a little bit closer to the camera. There we go. That's the back of the box. Back of the box. Okay. And then of course, I think I showed you many times the front of the box, which I'm going to get it a little bit closer. And there you see this, the music CD, the disc, and you see the Bratz boy, Mr. Dylan, Mr. Sexy Studley Dylan. Some things are loose, like I said. I mean, I'm thinking we're looking at the little keychain behind him. That keychain right there, that is loose. It used to be like right here in front of the star. And then, of course, the comb. The comb is loose, too. It's supposed to be somewhere else. So I am just really crazy about him. I'm super crazy about him. He's just super gorgeous. He's super amazing. And I just cannot believe he is now a part of my ever-growing collection of Bratz Boyz. And I cannot just believe that I've got him and I've got Cade from the 1980s. I'm going to do a tilt so you can see the top of the box and look at his wild, super awesome hair. And there is another thing, the handle right here, super gorgeous. It's a unique, special handle that this collection in our series has for this collection, our series particularly and only. And that's another one of the things I love about these Bratz Boyz boxes from the early 2000s. They had sometimes came along with special little designs that pertained only to that series and our collection, that only those had it. So, as opposed to what we have now. So here you go. I'm going to do a tilt for the bottom of the box. Hopefully nothing falls down too much, because I'm going to be crying if it does. I think you can see the year at the bottom somewhere, I think. I'm not sure. Oh God, I don't think I see anything. But I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check to see. But it has the Bratz Boyz logo with the stars, the Flashback Fever, the Disco Dynamite 70s name. It's got the photo of the Bratz boy and the Bratz girl. It's got everything, even the MGA logo or something. So, let me check. Let me take a look. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It has the year 2004 right there at the edge. And you could see it. I just missed it by a lot. But either way, let me see if I dropped anything. It looks like not a lot. Everything looks almost fine. I am totally excited either way, though. I am so excited to own this guy, and even though I had to tape those little sides when he arrived, I was totally okay with that because I really was waiting for him, and initially I didn't know which one this collector had sent because they sent me a photo that was from him in the email. And this is a funny story. Because in the email that I was sent to purchase him, it was this photo, so I knew it was Dylan. But then the seller or collector posted the photo of the 1970s Cameron Flashback Fever on the posting in the seller's website. So I had no idea if the collector actually decided to send me Cameron instead, or they didn't have Dylan anymore. I had no idea, even though they described in the little tiny portion of the synopsis of the posting that it was Dylan, and I thought, well, it's gotta be Dylan. But it was sort of like a surprise. So I was pleasantly surprised. I would have been fine with either or, because 1970s Flashback Fever, Cameron or Dylan, they're perfect. I would have wanted either one, but I was really had my heart set on Dylan because he's a fucking stud. Oop, sorry, I didn't mean to use that word. What I meant, he's an incredible stud. Sorry, I'm just really excited. He's just really gorgeous, stunning, and hot, and so, he's a super 70s stud. But yes. So this is my 2004 Bratz Boy of today, and he is the Flashback Fever 2004 Disco Dynamite 70s Dylan. He is super perfect, super amazing, and I am so thrilled to have added him to my ever-growing collection of Bratz Boys that seems to just keep growing and growing and growing and growing. And I want to thank you so much if you dropped by to watch one of my videos, and if you didn't, I want to thank you as well, because that's totally okay. You don't have to, but I will probably upload another video very soon with another one of my Bratz Boys in my ever-growing collection of Bratz Boys. So stay tuned if you want. If you don't want, that's cool too, and that'll be totally fine. But soon I'll upload another video, and thank you so much for viewing this one. If you did, if you didn't, that's totally cool too. And I guess then I will totally see you until then, when I have yet another Bratz Boy to introduce you to, and another surprise, maybe not. Who knows? Because I've got a few more things to upload to my channel. Thank you so much, and we'll see you then.